Welcome to Meet the Experts. I'm Jody Rankin, and today I am here with Becky Salita from A-List Entertainment and Events. So, okay, Becky, tell us
Hi.
who are the top rated, top requested artists of 2022 right
Oh
now
my
at a
God.
mitzvah.
I would say Lil Nas is requested a lot. Dua Lipa, Coldplay, even the Elton John. That's that new song that's out.
With Dua Lipa, so
Um,
fun.
yeah, and lots of the kids who go to Herzl, we get those requests. So Herzl Ozo songs we play all the time.
And
Some
they
of the
do
TikTok songs.
all those fun dances, right? Like
Yes, we
all the
do.
crazy dances, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
tell me, like being the owner of the company, but being at these events, what's your favorite part of what you do?
Oh my gosh, really, really, there's so many favorite parts. So I do love being at the events. I love to see the whole party come through. I love to see it become cohesive because I'm an event planner as well. So some last weekend I planned a party for 300 people and every little piece had to come through. All the vendors had to show up, right? All the dance team people had to be there. So my favorite ultimate part is watching the actual mitzvah family on that dance floor having a kick butt time, just goofing around, laughing, smiling, feeling warmly towards one another. I love to meet with the families. I love to meet with the mitzvah child. The meetings are hysterically cute and adorable. I always go with my MC a couple weeks before the party, and we just sort of round out that personal touch. I love the connecting piece.
Well, it shows in what you do. And tell me, I know that the DJ part was such a big part, but then you added the events piece onto it. So
Yes.
how has that changed your business entirely?
It's just added a lot more responsibility to my plate and a lot of joy. So I it was a really natural transition. And this has happened over the last, I mean, I've been in this business now 10 years and it happened fairly early on because if I was providing DJ entertainment, people would ask me, do you know a good photo booth? Do you know a good decor person? And so it just became really natural that I said, you know what, I'm going to do the full service event planning. And so I will navigate all of these pieces for people. So for many clients, I am their full service event planner. And that means communicating with clergy staff. I think I have a master's degree in COVID protocol. And I know what every synagogue has done and is doing and how that changes. And I manage everything from their menus for all three events during the weekend, their invitations, yes, their decor, choosing their other vendors that are going to be there. But it makes sense because the MC and the DJ, they're the ones controlling the party. So the MC has the microphone, and I'll explain what that is. And they're under my, they're my staff. And so they're running the party. So they're already saying to people, hey, make sure you go through the food line. Make sure you go see my buddy at the photo booth. Make sure you sign the sign-in board for so-and-so. So the MC is running the party anyway. So it just made a lot of sense for me to be in the total loop of what was going to go on at this party for people instead of me just showing up and staying in my little DJ lane.
Well, you must make people feel really comfortable because sometimes you just need someone to take the reins and really help. So you touched a little bit on the DJ MC piece. People always ask us, like, do I need an MC? What's the difference? So can you elaborate on that?
Absolutely. For a mitzvah, it's absolutely a two-person team at minimum of a DJ and an MC. And for my parties, truly, it's also two entertainers or / dancers minimum. So the DJ, that is the person that is playing the music. So they're really focused. They're focused on the music, on the requested music that comes in during the night, the requested music the child's suggested before the party, and then they're reading the dance floor. So their whole job is to see what's happening and what's working. They also work really collaboratively with the MC. So the MC is the person on the microphone, and they are the person saying, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lola and Isla's Banot Mitzvah, right? They got to get it right. Is it Banot?
Right.
Is it B'nai? Is it Bat? Is it Bar? Right? So it's very scripted. My work is very choreographed on the back end. And then we always have a team of entertainers or dancer, I say, or / dancers. And I like to bring 2 to 4 to the party. Really, they are your camp counselors. They are your crowd pumpers. And so they are accessible like the MC in front of the DJ booth, working with the guests and playing with the guests and interacting with the guests and leading games and leading songs and modeling TikTok dances and just horsing around with everybody. The DJ is kind of in their own private little space behind the decks, we say. That's that difference.
Well, so it all works together.
Yeah.
So it's nice that you provide that. And, having the dancers, what you say, camp counselors, crowd pumpers, that's hugely important to the vibe of the party. So, it's definitely noticeable when there isn't that around. So
Correct.
I've been to several A-list parties. So how does your team get everyone dancing and having fun? Because they're doing it.
They do. We do it. So, like I said, we have a meeting with the mitzvah child and family a few weeks before the party. And we'll say to the child, how much do you like to dance on a scale of 1 to 10? And you'd be surprised, right? Sometimes these kids love it. And sometimes they're like, yeah, not that much. And so maybe mom has also brought in Papa Shot. Maybe mom's brought in foosball. Maybe there's a photo booth. Maybe there's, virtual reality. There's all different things going on at parties. We suggest there's only maybe 2 other activities besides us, but some parents, bring in a whole bunch of stuff. So again, the party's really choreographed. So there's kind of a beginning and a middle and an end, and we have a plan the whole night. And we use the child as bait. So we always ask permission for the child. Hey, Preston, if we say, hey, Preston, I want Preston and all his friends on the dance floor. If you come, wherever you are, Preston, that's where your friends will be. So if Preston's in a corner texting, that's where his friends are going to be. If Preston's only playing basketball, that's where his friends are going to be. If he's willing to be part of the team, then his friends will follow. And we communicate that. So we transfer a little bit of responsibility onto the mitzvah child for them to understand what's important. We also make sure that all of the child-centered events are in one space. It does not work if we've got a photo booth downstairs in a community center. It does not work if we have something in a lobby area. We need everything in the same room so those kids can go back and forth. And then my MCs are just amazing. And often we will make a plan with the parents that, all right, if you bring in some of these peripheral activities, we ask that we shut those down, maybe the last hour of the party. If it's a 3.5 to 4 hour party, we'd like to shut those down so that we can get everyone on the dance floor, including adults. And we really do. And, the MC, calls the child again to attention. They honor that child. They talk about what a great job they did during their mitzvah ceremony. And we get the child to sort of look around and look at all the people there. And we've got a nice cozy circle. And it ends up really, really warm and cohesive.
I always joke around with the mitzvah families that come to us. I said, you could put even a bathroom in that room and lock the doors, everything in that room, so the DJ can do their job, so you don't lose anybody.
Yeah.
And making sure that you have the right balance between the adults and the kids having fun. That's hard, right?
It's hard.
So how do you guys do that? Like, how do you actually get
again,
everybody on the dance floor?
Communication is really huge. So we talk to these parents ahead of time. Do you think your people will dance? What do they like to dance to? So we always try to get some flavor of music that they might be interested in. We really find out who is going to be at that party. What's the demographic? What's the age demographic? Do we have any people with special needs or sensitivities, right? Like, do we have people who hate strobe lights? We don't want to do that. So we want to make sure we've set ourselves up for success. And then, we've got different activities that we do. So recently we've featured some silent disco headphones, which have been amazing, just amazing. And the adults have had a blast. Everybody's really skeptical at first. They don't understand what it is, where we play different songs. Call me up and I'll tell you all about it. It's kind of a competition between a couple of DJs, different stations, light up headphones. And the adults are hysterically laughing and goofing around with each other and having the best time. So, but we'll also throw it back. We'll play songs from the 80s or the 90s. We want to get people dancing to Don't Stop Believin', or, even Earth, Wind and Fire, things that are just feel good songs that bring everybody out on the dance floor.
And that's super important when you're having an event. And I'm sure that you make people feel really comfortable when they're planning this kind of life cycle event with you and how important. Yeah. So finish the sentence for me. A-list brings the nonstop entertainment from start to finish. Absolutely. We don't stop playing. It's not, we're there the whole time. And really what you were saying, again, I do feel like I have this role now as big sister, nurturer, psychologist. I spend months planning with these families, sometimes a year. We get very close. They're relying on me. They're sharing personal information. I have a lot of families who are of mixed faiths, and it's uncomfortable for one of them. It's new for one of them. And I'm explaining so much about just the process of becoming a bar bat mitzvah. And then, they're sharing their financial information with me. And we've had some really tough times for people lately. So we're talking about budgets and what makes sense and what doesn't. What do they value? What's important to them
for a party. So it's really just this really feel good event. When I finish an event, my whole family is like, woohoo, like it's like a graduation for me, it's
Yeah.
really personal. And so I put my all into it. And I think the clients feel that, and that's why we're successful.
Well, and I kind of, when people call us and ask us, who and what, it really is, it's like partyology, right? Like there's
Yeah.
mixology, there's this, it's not, but it really is partyology, reading the
Yeah.
crowd and making sure that you have the right vibe in that room to make sure that everyone has a good time and give that family exactly what they want.
Yeah.
So I would highly encourage everyone who's watching to give A-List Entertainment and Events a call and, talk to them and give them information for exactly how you want your event to go. But thank you, Becky, for joining me on Meet the
Thank you for
Experts.
having me.
And
you.
We'll for sure see you on the mitzvah circuit.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah.